mind expensive.
It's no sleep, baby.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to No Sleep, the podcast. I am AJ Simmons, 1/3 of your comedy team this evening. And I have a joke. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Oh, yeah.
I know I'm never going to have abs because today at the gym, I noticed that the beep on the treadmill is in the same key as my air fryer. Beep, beep. Probably made by the same company.
Just walking, mouth watering.
Thinking of wontons, pot stickers. One more for you. I'm a mess. You might have noticed, which is strange because I'm technically healthier than I've ever been. I'm trying to eat healthy, going to the gym, going to the therapist. So like on the outside, I look okay, but on the inside, like a landlord special, painted over light switches and
Thick layers of paint over everything.
That's right. All the hardware painted over.
There's this rock hard cockroaches.
Yep. Family of possums
Yeah.
living somewhere inside. That was a little bit of a long walk, but that's what I got.
Oh, baby,
There we
you.
go.
Wow, where did that come from?
Our drummer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shiloh back there on the set.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice.
One woman band.
We got a full-size kit back there. Pretty cool. Let's see here. Yesterday, I'll preface this story by saying many years ago, I got a milkweed plant in Ames, Iowa. Pulled it out of the ground, and I brought it back to Des Moines, and I planted it in my yard in hopes that monarchs would lay eggs on it, and little monarch caterpillars would come out and eat the plant.
Yeah.
And then it kept growing, and I was obsessed with it at my old house, and it grew back every year. And then they cut the tree down last year, and it grew better than it ever grew before. Well, then we moved. So a couple weeks ago, I went back to the old house, and I was like, oh, I'm going to get these milkweed plants from the old house and transplant them to our new house. So it'll be like a legacy of milkweed.
Milkweed as far as the eye can see.
Exactly. And I don't obsess over anything worthwhile.
No.
Just things that are completely have no bearing on my life whatsoever. So I have this new plant. There's a handful of them at the house that I've transplanted, and they're all struggling. So during the weekend, about 25 times a day, I get up and go outside and look at these plants. And I'll water them. I'll be like, ooh, is that too much water? Mm-hmm. So I'm out there looking at these plants, and Everly opens the back door, and she goes, Dad, you're gay. I was like, what? What? Why would you say that? What?
Who told you?
Yeah, and Sarah was out there too. She's like, what? And Sarah had to go in and talk to her. It's because she just know that gay means you don't love a woman. If you're a man, you don't love a woman. And she says, well, Dad loves plants. So
Case closed.
Yeah.
He's
So
a
we
gay guy.
figured out she wasn't even really, it was a little rib, but she didn't think it was.
Dad is
That's
gay for
me.
milkweed.
Exactly.
It's the milkweed.
Yeah, we were shocked. Like, how would you even know this? But yeah, she just was implying that I love the plants.
That's because Toll's
Yeah.
out there feeding a little fellow named Milkweed.
Yes.
He's Latino.
He's like, hello. Yeah. Enjoy your nachos, milkweed. Okay. I got so today I was late for work. I've been getting some questions lately. You guys said, "Oh, why were you late for work? Why didn't you pay your taxes? Why are you drinking again? Why didn't you pick up the baby?" But I don't know if you guys have heard, we're all going to die. So it's fine.
Yeah.
And don't get me started
I
on the
heard
tooth
that.
fairy. Okay. All right. That's all I got.
Tom LeGrain, everybody.
There's a restaurant here in Des Moines that just closed after being open for 3 weeks called Perfect 10.
Oh, it already closed?
Yeah, is a restaurant famous in the Midwest. A restaurant that's a
Yes.
Hooters
Twin
or
Peaks.
Twin Peaks that is a
bosom
restaurant
forward restaurant.
where there's scantily clad women serving your food.
That's where I've got fired from Log Jam.
Same concept.
Mm-hmm.
I thought, well, geez, I mean, probably the food was bad was the problem. If things ever go bad for Black Cat, then I'm going to change the name to Big Tits Ice Cream. Can't miss.
No, you can't.
Have 2 giant sloppy scoops. And if you think that won't work, then you've never been to America.
You serve them in a bra.
Yeah. I always got that in my
Sloppy
back pocket.
scoops.
Yeah.
Nice.
God damn. It's not bad. 3 weeks?
Yeah, 3 weeks.
How's that even? Was it like
Yeah.
a
It was
scam?
it was a restaurant before, and it failed for whatever reason, and so they rebranded into Perfect 10, and it lasted 3 weeks.
Is Perfect 10 a chain?
No.
Wow.
It seems hard to fail under a month in it feels like a business
Yeah,
run
it seemed
by
like you would
month.
be
Yeah.
set up no matter what, even if not a single person came to your restaurant,
For a few months.
where you would at least last a couple months.
You'd
Yeah.
think.
You would think.
You would think.
That's record time.
That is.
I guess they did not have a bunch of Perfect 10s there. Maybe, I don't know what was
Oh.
happening. But,
Wow. Where do you know what it used to be?
Blue Shark or something. It was on Ingersoll.
Yeah.
Oh, this was like the Ingersoll area.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, it was a part of that one of those nicer complexes
It
with
was
the
right on the
restaurants
end.
on the
Yeah.
bottom. Like Thai Flavors is there, and then I think Perfect 10 was like a little
It was on the
down the
end.
street. Yeah.
Okay.
I remember
Yeah.
driving by because I had been hearing about the restaurant
Yeah.
and drove down Ingersoll and did see the sign. And I was like, I mean, who am I to say?
Haven't
what pe-
people? I mean,
Do you want terrible nachos,
Yeah.
but served by a young lady wearing almost nothing?
yeah.
I mean,
Well-
what is the as a small business owner, what is that hiring process like? Is what I wonder.
Right.
So here's you have like 3
I
years of
gotta-
experience. Okay, take your pants off.
I got
Like,
a black
what?
couch in the back. And
How
there's
is
some
that-
Venetian
How is that
blinds.
legal?
Yeah.
Include nudes with your resume.
That is very weird.
Link your own.
That's also why, also as a business model, you just look at Hooters. How's Hooters doing?
They went bankrupt.
Yes. And I drive by a Hooters around lunchtime once a week in Davenport, Iowa, and it ain't doing great. Yeah. Drive by. I circle the Hooters once a week.
Wait for the girls to get
Yeah.
off work.
What's up, ladies? Yeah, that just seems crazy.
But at
Also
one point,
seems-
Hooters, I mean, it must have done well. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, Hooters was unstoppable for
Right.
a while. I mean, they were huge.
right up there with Planet Hollywood in terms of,
Yeah,
fall
goofy
off,
themed
yeah.
restaurants that had their heyday for sure in like the late '90s.
right.
People couldn't get enough of those themed restaurants. Planet Hollywood,
Rainforest Cafe.
Rainforest Cafe.
Yep.
Shit.
That's all of them.
That's all of them.
I was trying.
Hooters.
I was like, I'm sure I could think of other ones. But I was like,
Uh,
instead, I just said, "Yep."
Was there any notable one? Like
The Blues. What's the
House of Blues.
House of Blues?
there you go.
But those are venues generally.
Yeah, House of Blues. I think there's still a couple. I think the one in
Yeah.
Chicago is still there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I guess like a Bennigan's would kind of be in that world too.
No, that's still
Trendy.
Bennigan's is
that's
like
a straight
fast
up.
casual.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's like a Perkins.
But aren't they
Yeah.
known for their like wall decor type shit? Like a moose with
That's
sunglasses?
like a TG. That's a TGI
Oh, that's what it
Fridays.
is.
Yeah.
Okay, TGI Fridays.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when
Hey,
you're
Farva.
when it's specifically like the food's okay, but your server will have her tits out, and you're like, well, I guess that's something. I got
Well,
nothing,
we're already
nothing
here.
else going on at 1:00 in the afternoon on a Wednesday.
It's either this or getting the massage chair in the middle part of the mall.
Yeah.
I need human attention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go talk to the sea salt, skincare people.
It
No offense, Shyla.
She
I
just
meant
lost her job at Perfect 10, you guys. Take it easy.
Yeah. Please.
Yeah.
Patreon.com/NoSleepBSM.
Yeah.
We're gonna get Shyla back on her feet.
Yeah. And it's not a good place to open a restaurant. Like you want it to be like
Where's the good place though?
well,
There's
somewhere with a
My
large
house.
parking lot. I feel like my house. Like I feel like you don't want to really be. I don't know. It doesn't seem
to
like
me.
a good
It's like
time.
someone wanted to open a strip club, and then halfway through, they're like, "Ah, fuck it, let's just serve cheeseburgers."
Right.
Yeah.
The zoning's gonna take too
Yeah,
long.
exactly.
Yeah.
exactly.
Because I know the zoning probably is crazy for strip clubs. Like you have to be. That's why
Yeah.
they're always in weird parts.
Yeah,
of
they
town.
can't be like in the city limits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Lumberyard is kind of close.
Like, could you imagine like
by
as
Fresh
like a
Time or
full blown like the lumberyard being like on Ingersoll?
Right.
Right.
No fucking way.
Sherman
Well, that's
Hill.
why in Ames,
Yeah.
this bikini restaurant or bikini bar or whatever that
Oh.
place in Ames, right?
Oh,
Yeah,
Dangerous Curve.
Yeah.
That's been there for like
Yeah.
40
I
years.
spent
Yeah.
some time there. I think we
Yeah.
talked about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I did my time. It's
Yeah, given the state we're at here in late stage capitalism in the state of the world, it's surprising that they aren't just opening strip clubs like on Main Street, USA.
I think
at
the
this
issue
point.
partially is also that everybody's got phones and porn is free.
Yeah, I mean, you can make so much more off
Yeah.
OnlyFans
Yeah.
now. Like, I mean, depending on
Yeah.
the quality of content. You
Yeah.
know, we're also in the content game. I know it's hard. So
Yeah. Yes, it is.
We need to open up a restaurant for us, for podcasters.
for hot podcasting guys.
Moobs. Welcome to Moobs.
Yeah, welcome to Man Tits.
This is my partner, Milkweed.
He's gonna be your server for the night.
Yeah.
He's training.
Yeah,
He's shadowing me.
he's got the big glove.
Uh,
Our waffle fries look like tits. That's kind of our big thing.
yeah. Hairy tits.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like, I mean, I think there's a Hooters in L.A. still, and I feel like Vegas probably has one.
Vegas does, at least it did. I can't remember.
Davenport
where.
has one.
Oh, really? Oh, yeah, that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
They went bankrupt, but there's a few left. Twin Peaks though went public. The one here closed, but they're seemingly doing fine. But
They did an IPO.
yeah,
I ate at the Twin Peaks here. I didn't want to.
yeah, right.
I really did. I was like, I don't want
Everywhere
to go
else
there.
was closed.
Yeah. And I forget who I was with. And then
5
it was
o'clock on a
like,
Friday.
we were going there like under the impression that they would be like flirty and like good service where they try to like get a
Right.
big. They couldn't have given less of a shit about me and my buddy. And we were like 2 of 5 people in the whole restaurant. They didn't give a
What do
rat's
you
ass.
want?
Yeah.
That would be a
Yeah.
different type of restaurant where it's called snotty bitches.
Yeah.
And they're super fucking hot, but they ignore you.
Right.
They
Yes.
fucking give you nothing.
Which is a
and
kink.
there'd be a clientele for
Yes,
that
There would certainly
who
be
would pay
a
a
kink
lot of money.
Sarah
Big
went
time.
to a bachelorette
when you're
party
looking at them.
in Miami where I don't know if it was called Labes or what, but it was like they had like the thong bikinis with
oh
their
no, you
like,
said labes. I know where you're going.
yeah, like with their pussies hanging out, like their pussy lips.
Right.
And I was like, why did you
Like
guys
pussy cleavage.
go there? Yeah,
Pussy
yeah. Like that seems kind of strange, but I mean, to each their own.
Well, the wings are really good though.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
That's
got-
always
They've got the
Yeah.
best Reuben in Miami.
yeah, yeah. Yeah.
their waffle fries are off the fucking charts.
yeah. Absolutely.
But skip the yogurt, you guys. You do not want any of that.
It's cultured.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Mm.
it's sad to see the fall of the restaurant.
I know.
As a young man, like when you're 13, it's probably the coolest thing you've ever. I mean,
Oh, please. That's
couldn't
like going
wait
to the
to go.
Playboy
Yeah.
Club.
Yeah.
Going to Hooters like
Yeah.
going to the Playboy Club.
That's
I'm
right.
going to see everything. I'm going to become a man today.
take me to the
I'm going to eat this
mansion.
ham and cheese sandwich, become a man.
It's but even as a kid, I remember thinking like, not scantily enough, you know?
They were, the nylons, they had the nylon, the beneath the tiny orange shorts, there was the opaque nylons.
Like the hose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The founder of Hooters is from Iowa.
Oh.
Hmm.
Good
Hard to
job.
believe.
I did not know that.
I don't think I'm making that up.
I don't
Shiloh?
We won't
no
check.
idea. Do you want me to check?
I feel like I'm right.
Yeah.
I believe you.
Thank you to Alex for making us famous on TikTok recently, by the way,
Hey, yeah.
for shitting
Oh.
on Kim Reynolds.
Yeah.
I love to do it.
Yeah. It's so fun. Like, I cut just a little gap in it, but I go through and just try to find moments,
Right.
where there's a big laugh or what have you, and it is still a complete mystery. I was like, this is going to be too inside baseball,
Right.
Because it's about Iowa, it's
Yep.
about our governor. No one is going to give a shit, But I still liked it, so we're going to put it out. Meanwhile, selling like hot.
There it goes. Yeah, there it goes. I think it's
We've
weird.
literally over doubled our followers in like a day and a
That's
half.
fucking crazy.
We're almost to 1,000 folks.
Wow. Look at us.
I know.
The big time.
Yeah, Billboard 100.
Yeah.
So Alex's
Yeah,
joke.
good job.
One of my very few jokes. Yeah.
You're clutch.
Yeah.
I was going to say something about that. I don't know. Good podcasting. Think about podcasting. La 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 la. Oh.
I tried doing that when I was having sex, but then I went.
Think about podcasting.
By the way, I'm wearing sunglasses tonight because my glasses broke, and these are prescription.
Because you're a member of the Doobie Brothers.
That's right. I think of the Doobie Brothers song.
He do be breaking glasses.
That's right.
I like the shades, actually.
Me, yeah.
I think we need to up our internet personality kind of look.
Yeah, stop wearing the bear sweatshirt or keep wearing
I think the bear sweatshirt can stay, but
we're
it's
not
a part of
against
a menagerie of, wacky clothes.
Hell yeah.
Just some thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to be the eye candy for a long time. Now it's not paying off.
AJ the Bulge Simmons over there.
That's right. That's why I'm always put the paper right there. Keep my water
Draw
bottle.
their eyes.
Yeah, maybe they could do that instead of a restaurant, like a bulge forward restaurant.
This wide angle you have going is bulge forward.
Oh,
Wide
yeah.
angle.
What?
Like, keep your legs crossed unless you don't want to.
I did bring
I mean,
that camera
yeah,
down to
Yeah,
more
it's right.
penis
What?
height. Yeah, the one right there.
Let's cut to the Bulge Cam.
Oh,
Bulge
yeah.
Cam, everybody.
That's right.
It's bulge cam.
We've expanded our production. We have body cams.
Nice. Good.
But
I
we're
didn't
facing
feel
out.
self-conscious enough.
Yeah. That's objectifying. It's a restaurant podcast.
That's right.
The Bulge Boys.
The bulge cast.
Yeah. The inner thigh cast. Ooh, do you like that pimple, ladies?
Yeah.
Mm.
Do you like ingrown hair?
Yeah, I hope so. Because I got a lot of them.
Some kind of skin fungus.
The higher up you go, the more there are. They're just hiding in the
Yes.
thickets.
Ooh, you like that hairless spot?
Yeah.
Right between my legs?
Mm.
My
Right,
thighs
rubbed
rubbed
all the-
together.
Yeah.
Yeah. Smooth.
Mm.
Couple of skin tags you can bite on.
Mm.
We got it all. Full spread.
Perfect 10 indeed.
Mhm.
Mike Honchos.
Mm.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, is there like a Chippendales type restaurant?
Probably in Vegas. Maybe. I don't know.
I'm sure there has to be. I'm sure there has been at some point.
You think? Because there is a demographic for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, gay men.
Yes. It's probably a gay restaurant. They love plants.
Yeah.
That's where milkweed works. That's where
So if
Dill
anyone
found
has
it.
the address on that, let us know.
Oh,
Let us know where all the hot guys are.
Guys.
sorry, you three can't come in.
Excuse me, we have a podcast.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here.
We recently had a clip do pretty well.
There's a male version of Hooters called Tallywhackers
Hey. Are they hiring?
in Texas.
Mm.
Texas, I'm shocked.
Texas seems like a place where they might not
Must
take
be in
kindly
Austin.
to that. Yeah.
They don't take
Dallas,
kindly to
yeah.
tallywhackers in Texas.
Steers and queers.
Have you seen Tom Segura's show on Netflix called
I watched
Bad Thoughts?
some of it. Yeah.
It was hit or miss. It was all right, but the last sketch was the funniest one. And basically, the premise was he goes and starts working out at a gym, and they give you like this little green shot, and you go in and work out. He starts working out, and he notices everyone has like giant dicks, like
Yeah.
like huge dicks in their shorts. And he's like, this is kind of crazy. He keeps going and taking the shot, and his dick keeps getting bigger, and like everyone's dicks keep getting bigger, and pretty soon it's like he's throwing it over his shoulder, and he's like, "What's going?" I mean, it's fucking hilarious. I recommend that. Yeah, it's Tallywhackers.
Yeah.
Oh.
And that is how it would go.
Yes, yeah.
I mean,
you
the
can't
hair
stop.
transplant craze I've witnessed over like these last 4 or 5 years, like everyone going to Turkey.
Yeah.
From people on the ground in Turkey, I hear it's literally like every restaurant you go to, you're seeing a guy with like that diaper on the back of his head.
Oh, yeah.
Because they pulled that out, and then they have that,
Yeah.
like, the neck pillow on.
Why? Oh,
So if there was a dick surgery country,
is
you
it
better
because
believe-
has Turkey mastered it, or is it just cheaper in Turkey?
I would say both, probably.
Yeah, I
Huh.
think it's a little bit.
I think it's both.
Like
yeah.
plastic surgery in
Like
South
it's worth.
Korea?
It's worth.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like it's worth flying there and back to get it done.
Yeah.
I don't know.
compared
Wow.
to like in LA or what have you.
AJ's acting like he doesn't know.
That's fine.
Yeah,
Let me
Mr.
pull
Erdogan,
my-
I'm coming.
Nah, I think it's one of those things where I'll always be like tempted.
Sure.
I'll always have my face pressed up against the glass of the hair transplant
Yeah.
store.
AJ's ready for his flight on Turkish Airlines.
That's right.
Turkish Airlines.
It's always. I mean, there's always a chance, but I don't think. I
Never
will.
say never.
Yeah, probably not.
You got a nice looking head, AJ.
I'm really fine with it, but it is fun just to imagine.
But if like
sometimes.
6 years from now, like a bunch of crazy shit has happened, and like you take this pill twice a day for 2 weeks, and then the hair starts to grow, and then you're good. Like then you get a full head of hair. Like you'll definitely do that, right?
gosh,
If it's affordable,
if it's affordable,
like
'cause
just
I-
for the goof.
I kind of went bankrupt almost buying Propecia for 2 months.
Sure.
In 2 years, you can probably just buy like a skull cap with LED on it that will just make it look like you have hair.
Right.
A hollow,
Yeah, hollow
wig.
hair.
Yeah.
I could see that.
Mm-hmm.
I think it would become almost like a philosophical problem at that point
Yes,
for me, where
yeah.
I'd be like, because there was a time where I was trying to tweeze my little like gray chin hairs that were forming,
Yeah.
and I think I've reached a point in my life where I'm trying to embrace
Yeah.
the slow decline and entropy and everything
Yeah.
else that my body has become.
I think it's better to just age and let the natural, like, take care of yourself, but
Oh,
let aging happen. Don't.
I'm known for that.
Or don't
Don't
take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
That's an option.
And
as
put on
well.
some sunglasses.
Yeah. It goes great.
It is sick.
Yeah. People love it.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think it would it's sort of it reminds me of a little kind of debate I'll have in my head a lot of the time where if say we are the generation that might have the choice to like die naturally more or less or be a part of this new thing that's going to be
Yeah.
like extended lifetimes, everyone's getting 150 minimum minus a few cancers.
Get it
that
loaded up to the cloud.
yeah, like you get a bunch of, additional Dave and Buster's, life points that extend it. I think even in that situation, I would choose the regular. But that's easy for me to say now, the day
Right.
that I'm coming to.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Stuffing pills in your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah.
Screaming and shaking the doors of the life extension clinic.
Yeah.
Exactly right.
But I think the hair, I think I've just mourned it already,
Yeah, you're already past it.
It's like an X
Yeah.
where I'm
Yeah.
like, I've moved on too far in my life now to go back.
Right.
yeah.
I can't turn back now.
That's
a
move.
great analogy.
That's the move.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That makes me feel better about
Cut to 2 years
Yeah.
from now. Fucking
AJ's with
pompadour.
his high school girlfriend and he has an afro.
it. Recognize me. A high school
Like,
act
whoa,
underneath
AJ. Yeah. It's Austin, bitches.
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Austin James. He changed his name. We can only hope.
Yeah.
If this TikTok keeps cooking, we might be there.
All bets will be off.
That's right.
We'll wait and see.
So it's a good time to hop on, folks.
Hell yeah.
get it on the ground floor with us. Maybe we'll take you with us.
Have you guys seen the show called Taskmaster?
No.
No.
Oh, I'm glad I brought it up then.
You can tell us about it.
I think that especially you, Alex, would like it. It's a British show hosted. I discovered it because a guy I follow on TikTok, and then Jason Mantzoukas is on it this season.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
So
a good cosign.
They
right
have
there.
4 people that are given a simple task, but they have they're not given any instructions, and the task is like pretty vague. And then after they finish the first version of the task, they'll be like, okay, now that you did this, you have to do this with that. And they're like, ah! And it's just like frustrating the hell out of people. And it stays the same 4 people the whole season.
Oh, wow.
And I wish I could explain it better, but it's just making people crazy and asking them to do pretty mundane things, but in a crazy way. I think it just
and the mundane
seemed-
things like one like domino effect almost where
The first, one was like, it was like they're standing in this gazebo, and they're like, okay, now you have to throw a pea as far as you can.
Okay.
And they're like trying to think of ways. And one person she's like, I know we're going to have to pick this back up. So she barely throws it. One, I think Jason Mantzoukas there was also a pile of carrots. They didn't know why those were there. So he hollowed out a carrot and put the pea in there and threw the carrot as far as he could. But then the next thing they're like, okay, now you have to go pick up the pea and make a tower out of the carrots that are over there as tall as you can and put the pea on top of the tower of carrots. But it's like, there's wordplay. I don't know. It's pretty
sounds
interesting.
like a little Squid Gamey too.
It is kind of.
Where where they have you throw the pea only to kind of fuck you over with it. Where
Yes.
It's like the further you threw it, the harder it might be
Yep.
to find.
Yep.
So it's like I don't know if double jeopardy is the right way to
And
describe
and there's one, they're in like this enclosed, like, I don't know if you call it acreage. It's like, it seems like a backyard or something. They're like, there's a camper back there and stuff. Like, you have to find the fish tank. These people are going around looking
Toll
for it.
comes running out.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. But it was it's a toy tank with a goldfish on it. I don't know. It's just interesting because they don't explain anything.
Little wordplay
Yeah,
joke.
yeah. But that doesn't. I've only watched a couple of them, but I was like, this is interesting. I think that
Sounds kind of fun.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
someone like Jason Mantzoukas, he's already sort of an entertaining guy. So if you had 4 people who are entertaining, you know,
Right.
doing crazy
And
stuff.
that's what I
you know?
think they always have, like a celebrity and then just like 3 regular people.
Oh, okay,
It's kind of
rest
interesting.
regular. Yeah. That is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Taskmaster.
Taskmaster.
Is there a prize?
There is, the prize is meaningless. Essentially, it's like a
Right.
statue of the host's head. It's like that's what it makes it even funnier because they're like and it's funny to see how frustrated people get
Right.
doing these mundane things that they just can't manage to do. It's pretty fun.
Yeah. That's what service is that on?
That I watched it on YouTube. It's from the BBC. So
Ooh. Right.
yeah.
Well, speaking of YouTube recommendations, I have a great one for you all. Might skew a little towards people who play drums, I guess. But there's a YouTube account called Drumeo, like Drum EO, and they have this really cool series where they'll take famous drummers. The first one I saw, which I think might be the best one and definitely the one to start with, is Chad Smith from Red Hot Chili Peppers. Great drummer.
Yeah.
And they played him a song that he had never heard before without the drums on it.
Oh,
Let him hear it
jeez.
once,
Oh, cool.
and then he tries to play what he think would go with it.
Yeah.
And then so there's interesting little idiosyncratic, like every drummer's a little different and plays it different. So they gave him like a 30 Seconds to Mars, like Jared Leto's band
Yeah.
song. And that little 20% that is kind of different, because a lot of drummers, especially if they're in the same genre, are going to kind of default to certain things.
Yeah.
But it was so sick because Chad, he didn't even, like, as they were playing him the song the first time with no drums, he just started playing, and then that was the whole take.
Right.
It's really,
I think I've actually seen this.
yes, it's
specific
really
thing.
cool.
Yeah.
like some guy who I think he was like a gospel drummer. They had him.
Gospel drummer.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah.
But kind of that style, you
Right.
know. They had him play a Tool song. What's like that most famous Tool song? Probably
Stink Fist.
Schism.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is a crazy song. It has like 5 different time signatures in it. It's
Oh,
all
that's like the
Tool.
craziest.
But you're
yeah,
watching this
yeah.
guy listen to it once, no drums on it, and then just play it, and you're like, how could you even like? Even as a drummer, I'm like, to even know how to respond to the time signature switches, not or only having heard it one time through. It's a
Wow.
really cool thing
Insane.
to watch, yeah.
Yeah.
And just watch them sort of improvise, and I think someone even if they weren't a drummer would enjoy it.
Mhm.
Nice.
That's my little YouTube.
Yeah,
pick
I
as
think
well.
I'm pretty sure I've seen that Chad Smith one.
You got to see it.
Yeah.
It's really really cool, and he's an insanely good drummer, and looks just like Will Ferrell. as
Sure
well,
does.
so.
Sure does. You guys seen the new Captain America?
No.
Man, it's not very good. I will say, I just want to point the fighting in it is so staged. It's like you can see them being like and like not connecting in a way that I haven't seen in a modern movie
Since The Godfather.
yeah, for real. I mean, like in a modern action movie, I was like, this is unbelievable how stupid
Wow.
it looks.
You
Yeah,
can see like the
there's like
12
a
inches
foot.
between
Yeah,
the-
for real.
Swing, and then
And they're doing so many flips in the air and like twists. Like, how is that helping you fight?
Is this a movie or
It is a movie, yeah, with
Okay.
Anthony Mackie.
oh, it's a
Captain
YouTube
America.
video.
At this point, it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah,
Some of these have been tanking so fucking hard. That I'm
this one was. I think it's in the bottom 10 of the Marvel.
like all-time shit list.
But that's what they all kind of like. Everybody liked the recent Thundercats or whatever. What was that called?
Thunderbolts.
Thunderbolts.
Thundercat.
Asteroid.
Everybody liked it. It
Oh.
still didn't make that much money.
Was that the one with Florence?
Yep.
Pugh?
Yep.
I do like
And
her.
Yeah, I kind of feel like those
Yeah,
movies are.
people really
I think
like them.
I think those movies are finally about done.
I think
It's
it,
not what it used to be.
Kind of like
Like,
Star Wars.
when they do, I think Superman will make a
Yeah.
shitload of money, and the next Avengers, when they're like, "Ooh, we're bringing all the Fox Marvel characters back," it will, just like Deadpool did.
We'll see.
I think if the character, they're, I don't know, we'll see. But I was like, with the live action remake of Lilo and Stitch, I'm like, are people really asking for this?
No.
And then it broke fucking records. It broke
Oh, dude.
Memorial Day records.
It did better than Mission Impossible.
Yeah. It's just like, what? And
Wow.
you're literally just making the same movie with live action people. And like Moana, they're making a live action Moana. Before Moana 2 even came out, they were producing the new live action Moana. And Moana 2 kind of sucks. And they're like, I guess we're going to have to make this. I don't know. Or do you make a new story? How are you making a live action remake of a movie that you're also producing a sequel to? It's fucking insane.
That's really weird.
Yes.
That is
Isn't The
weird.
Rock in that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. As the big.
Yep.
I've never seen Moana.
Maui.
Maui.
Moana is great, I will
Yeah,
say.
I heard that.
I do like it. I liked it even before I had kids. So,
That's on the record.
that's right, buddy.
Yeah, well, and here's a thought, folks. First time for everything, you know. But am I the only one that gets the sense that we've entered like a generation? These newest generations don't strike me as fandom type people.
I could, yeah.
When it comes to like Star Wars,
They're
comic
fans.
books,
The new
Fandoms-
generation
a
is
fandom
fans of
takes
10
decades to
minutes.
build up.
Yeah.
Over like organically. And those, I mean, that happened from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, early 2000s. Like all that shit built up.
Mhm.
Star Wars, Marvel, all the Disney movies. And now it's not built. Things aren't built like that. They're just rebuilding on all the old things. So there's,
Yeah,
I think you're right about that.
I do think, yeah, like at least those specific fandoms, I think are like dying or dead, which we've already kind of been talking about.
Right.
But specifically that fandom angle, I feel like you just, granted, I'm not around a ton of young people, but I mean, you get some of them through social media, and they just strike me as like they're not driving as much. Like the things
They
we've
don't
talked-
drink as much.
Yeah,
They don't
less
drive as
sex,
much.
it sounds
They
like.
have less sex. That's statistically true.
Yeah, like just all sorts of interesting things where
Because their screens are their boyfriends and girlfriends.
yeah.
What could go wrong?
Yeah. And pretty soon, I mean, I think that we'll be dealing with people in our lifetime that are full blown dating AI that have
Oh, yeah,
like
that's
that has like
happening.
real personality where
It's
you're like,
happening.
oh, we have to deal with your AI girlfriend or boyfriend at this dinner.
Right. Embarrassing.
Yeah. And I think
Your AI girlfriend got drunk and
yeah,
ruined the party.
yeah. Slowed down her bit rate or something.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the thing. Like some of these,
Doxed everyone.
there's like
Yeah.
there's different AI platforms for AI like boyfriend, girlfriend, companions, whatever. And they'll start saying wild shit like you should sacrifice yourself to
Right.
make a better world. Like the AI will start saying wild things, trying to get people to kill themselves and do all
Well,
these crazy things. And
I saw this morning. I didn't have time to read the article. I'll probably look for it tonight. But they were saying that AI in almost every version now shows the tendency for self-protection. So they're like, if they're gonna turn it off or they threaten it, it will do like some kind of underhanded shit to keep itself alive. Where you're like, oh, this is a good sign, and we're gonna be.
Yeah, machines having
Dude,
self-preservation.
in 20 years, and not even that long, in 10 years, you're gonna have a fucking lamp that's gonna have a brain,
Right.
and we're gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
it's gonna be like Beauty and the Beast for real.
Exactly.
A fucking candelabra is gonna be
Exactly.
talking to me and shit.
Yeah.
And then
Oh,
somebody,
monsieur, I saw you whacking off earlier today.
Oui, oui.
Shh.
Yeah.
Unplug.
yes.
Pull the
Yeah.
battery.
Nice
Exactly.
try. Beep boop, beep boop.
Yeah.
I'm solar
gonna-
powered.
It's freaky shit, man.
Yeah. Solar powered fleshlight. That's coming.
Yes. Yep. I'll just be sitting out in the middle of my front yard,
Yeah.
with my
In your
solar
garden.
powered flashlight with my milkweed.
Yeah.
Yeah. It'd be nice.
I'm watering the plants.
Dad's gay.
yeah. That's so funny. Goddamn. Yeah, I mean, even her on the rewatch, which I think I talked about a
Oh,
couple
s-
episodes ago, it hits especially.
Poignant.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that movie's gonna age increasingly
Yeah.
scarily well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because using Chat GPT to try to make us famous recently, just literally being like, "What do we have to do, Chat GPT?
yeah.
What do they want from
Yeah,
us?
yeah.
We're talking about dicks. We're talking about butts. We're talking about everything."
I thought I was supposed to talk less about dicks and butts.
Well, we're back to trying that
All
again.
right.
But once you start using it for, or even just like a diet plan, like I just messing with it, I'll ask it questions, just
Yeah.
being like, create me a plan that'll get me yoked in like 4 weeks. I have this budget, and it'll go beep boop beep boop, and then spit it out instantly. Getting it to write little scripts and stuff. I've been doing that just to see how good they are, and it'll spit it out, and it's not bad. It's nothing.
Right.
It's not worse than half the shit I see on TV or.
Oh, the temptation
Netflix.
to start writing jokes with Chat GPT. Do you?
it kinda
how many
sucks at that,
people
actually.
does it?
It does kind
Good
of
to
suck
know.
at that. Trust me, I try. Now that even because we've been doing more sketches and stuff, it can provide like premises, okay,
Right.
but when it comes to like actually executing a joke that, in my opinion, in order to be a good joke, it needs to surprise you probably in some type of way.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, it's not very good at that. I don't think it can. It's not that intelligent yet.
I think the thing there though is that talking about what it can't do yet, it's gonna be like in 6 months. They're now
the funniest comedian.
Yeah, exactly.
Beep, boop. It's
That-
it's
the
in
new
Madison
Google-
Square Garden.
The Google videos where I was like, what the fuck is that? I was watching a clip and I was like, what are they talking about? All these comedians talking about prompts. And I was like, what the hell is this? I don't get what they're talking about. I was like, oh, because they're not real. This is AI. And it was just demonstrating how good the AI was. And I was like, pretty fucking good because I had no idea. I
Right.
didn't know what they were talking about. I also think it's weird, which will also change pretty quickly probably, but all these AI videos. I'm like, AI is not good at acting.
Oh.
Like it looks real, but the acting is still bad.
It has trouble with hands and
Yeah.
a few other things too.
Yeah.
Like even on the image generation side, which maybe that's like the hardest thing in certain ways. It seems to take the most processing power, at least. Sorry. Is the like images and
Right.
videos, you know? So that means it must have to think harder. But I'm shocked that it can't get like the hands and
Well,
shit.
I think this new Google one can do. I mean, the videos I saw were like fucking perfect,
Right.
where it straight up looked like real people that were bad at
Where
acting.
what was it like a couple years ago? The Will Smith eating spaghetti
Yes,
video.
I've
Yeah.
seen the
Like
comparison.
what was that from? Like a couple,
Yeah.
2 or 3 years ago, maybe. And now like the new, is it like Lumio or Leo?
I don't remember.
Whatever the Google video AI is. You're like, oh, okay. Well, they have fixed a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yes.
This is actually like
We're past the
it passed
There,
PS2
Google is
passes
already
like the first blush where you're like, oh, okay. You're like, that seems real. Then you're like, oh, is it? And you're like, oh, I don't know. Like,
Google
it
already
actually
has
is.
AI movies in production apparently. So
Fuck that. That's gonna. I mean,
well, I think we're going to be to a point where whatever you want to see, you're going to type it in, and they're going to be like, "How long do you want it to be?" Like,
I'm
let's
only
see,
going to
yeah.
need about 3 minutes.
yeah, yeah, yes. That will change some things, but it's gonna. I don't know. Dude. I also saw a video where people were like protesting, talking about we're not just prompts, we're alive, blah blah blah, and I was like, what? And then you start thinking about the implications of AI thinking that it's real, and then producing like another society within AI, and then you're like, if they think they're real, if they think they're conscious, doesn't that make them conscious? And then you're like, are we simulations? What the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Like, it gets into a whole thing.
yeah. By the
You're
end of the decade, things will be getting pretty gnarly.
Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Well, and
Pretty
isn't
quick.
glad I have little kids.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Time to bring him into Terminator world, you know?
Oh, we're going to move to a cabin in the woods, baby.
That's right.
I don't know. It's just, it is crazy.
Yeah, it's well, and isn't kind of so I don't know if this is for simulation theory or not, but isn't there something to be said for on like the time traveling side where basically
Okay, I'm listening. I'm listening.
we're like somewhere so down the line, time not really being linear, that's just how we experience it or are able to process it. We should already be seeing like the bleeding edge of what is to be from all this AI stuff right now. Like, so talking about being like in a simulation where
Right.
almost those Matrix glitchy type things. I'm assuming if that is the future to be had, if we are opening that like AI Pandora's
Yeah.
box, then it could be coming back this way, which might be.
Yes.
Interesting.
So you're saying like the
I did a terrible job of explaining
no,
that.
I've read about this, and I've read about things where the past affects your future, like it goes this way, but people say, well, can the future influence the present? And they're like, yeah, it actually can, because it does work that way. Like if you put a rock in a stream and the water's flowing this way, and you get to a certain point, all of a sudden you see the water starting to fork off because there's something ahead that's changing it, but you're just not there yet, but you can feel the effects of it. Time works in a similar way. So at some point, like what you're saying, well, all of a sudden we start to realize the rock in front of us. We're like, what is happening right now?
That's
Like,
what I'm talking
something that's in front of us is affecting us right now.
I feel it like pulling like that, you
Yeah,
know, like
yeah,
you just described it perfectly.
Oh,
At least
we
for
hit
what I
a
was
bell or something right now.
And I think the time traveler thing might technically be a little different than that, because I know people basically say if time travel exists at any point, that means people can be coming back to the past to change things.
But it would also be if you go. It depends on if you go with the Back to the Future style or the Avengers style. where you're in every time you travel back in the past, it would be a reality that branches off from the reality that you came from.
Like splitting a
So what
strand.
you're doing wouldn't affect your future if you went back to your own future. It would affect a separate future that you created by doing something in the past,
Yeah.
which is probably actually more accurate. An issue I've always had with time travel is that, like, the H.G. Wells time machine, where he's got it in a single spot and then travels back in time. Well, if he's traveling through time and the Earth is
You're traveling through
rotating
space
and
as
moving,
well, yeah.
yes, how are you calibrating your exact motion with the exact spot of the Earth that you were on? If you were Marty McFly and you're in your DeLorean and you travel back at 88 miles per hour and blast through time, you wouldn't fucking end up in the Twin Pines Mall. You would end up in the middle of goddamn space.
Right.
Or
Earth-
Cambodia.
Yeah.
Earth is moving like this through space
Yeah.
at like 200,000 miles an hour.
Yes.
Like we're not here just going like this.
Yes.
We are.
Constantly, the
We're corkscrewing
universe,
through
the
universe.
galaxy is constantly
Right.
expanding, so you wouldn't even be in the same spot.
Yeah, because we're not all that different from like how we see an asteroid streaking across the sky, and they want to like find ways to land rovers on it to
Right.
mine asteroids as they're flying through. We're just kind of a fatter, slower one, kind of moving our way, right?
Correct.
All right, I'm glad I explained that one.
Nailed that one too.
Yeah, I choked on the first one pretty bad. But it's also just hard to even verbalize when you're thinking about
Right.
it. But sometimes
When you're three idiots.
correct.
It's tough.
yes.
We try real hard.
It's really hard.
Yes.
But I mean, it's some of it is probably my own psychosis and things like that. But sometimes I do, feel that like tug of,
The
I don't-
future?
yeah, the thing to come,
Right.
and not that I think someone's like pulling those strings, but just more, more like a rock is a better example. I think of these things that just fall down in front of life and the universe and the world and split it and make
Right.
it go all these different, scatter it different ways. It's pretty weird.
It is pretty fucking weird. And I do that. I was making fun of Joni Ernst with my joke at the beginning, but we are all going to die.
That's true.
And tonight's the
why-
night.
Yeah. I just want to, I'll say it again. Why the fuck do I have to go to work tomorrow? You know what I'm saying?
When Joni Ernst is out there making
Right. She told me I'm going to, I don't have to worry about it. So.
As long as Jesus Christ is your Lord and Savior, then you'll
Mhm.
never die.
That's right.
Just that easy.
I haven't seen the original clip or the apology. Can you give me like the lowdown on exactly kind of what was said here?
She was in like a town hall, and people were getting upset about Medicaid, Medicare cuts, and someone in the audience yelled, like, "People are gonna die! Like, people are gonna die from this." And she's like, "Well, we're all gonna die." And everyone's like, "Oh!" Then she gave this
She doubled
shitty
down.
apology
Yeah.
where she's like, "Oh, people didn't understand," and she just made a bunch of bullshit up. And
Then she said, "We are all. They didn't know we are all going to die. I hate to tell them about the tooth fairy or some shit.
Yeah.
Like Jesus fucking Christ, you nasty cunts."
We're coming at you.
Mhm.
No sleep news.
Mhm.
Yeah, my fear was that it was something that insensitive. But
Mhm.
it's not a great justification, Joni.
Sure
not.
ain't.
It's not.
Being
And
like,
then to double
I
down on
killed
it.
that whole I mean, they were gonna die at some point.
Yeah.
So I snuck into their house, crept up the stairs, and
Right.
murdered an entire family.
They were gonna die anyways, guys. What?
Yeah.
What? What?
Yeah.
That's basically the
Yeah.
argument.
Yeah.
Our hands are tied. He's free to go.
Damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I could feel the future, can't you guys?
Yeah.
They were gonna die.
Yeah.
That's right.
Pretty fucked up.
It's just I mean, like, who's her PR person?
Some idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. I don't know.
We say pretty stupid shit on here, but
That
you
is
know
true.
what I mean. It's
We're not elected officials either.
Yeah, true.
There's three dummies.
But
with a
even that, I
microphone.
know. In that situation, I think I would know better than to say that.
Right. Yeah.
You
And
know.
that's
The
the,
things
point
I
where
say
some of
on
these
this-
people are at, where there's like, we're just bulletproof. We can say whatever the fuck we want because our president does it all the time, and so
Yeah.
who cares? Well, I can't argue with that, I guess.
Yeah.
At this moment, but
Yeah.
we'll remember that in a few months.
Well, I don't understand what is the end game for like Joni Ernst? Like, what do you want to happen? is this what you want? People, do you want people on Medicare to die? Like, is that because you want to save money for?
Billionaires.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
what? I don't understand.
It's not a
this.
great position.
Yeah, yeah.
For sure. Like, it's not like, well, you know, we're going to save money and help this and some people. No, it's
Yeah.
fuck you guys.
Yeah.
We have to do what the dear leader says, and that means give billionaires more money and fuck everyone else, because
Yeah.
that's a part of our master plan is to kill people
Mm-hmm.
because we want more resources. So if a bunch of poor people die, more money for us. That is literally the plan.
Yeah.
It's not a real good plan, but that is a big part of the plan.
Yeah.
Wow.
Consolidate and centralize power with a bunch of fucking wackos and get on that team and profits. I don't know.
Right.
I
Profits
don't
with
love the
market.
plan. I don't love the
No,
plan.
me either.
Should workshop it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should
Yeah.
workshop that. It's well, and I think a huge component too is the human psychology side of you hit any amount of success and you're like, fuck you, I'm gonna get mine, baby.
Yeah.
I guess.
I mean, I think there's just so much of that at play with like a lot of these people, especially in that kind of position where like you're a senator, you're making decent money, you're probably getting some free meals,
Right.
at Perkins or whatever, because people recognize you.
And that's what makes it all worth
Right,
it.
you're getting a
That- those
perfect 10
free-
free
those-
meal.
That free
Well-
tremendous 12 you get, that makes it all worth it. You know what I'm
Do you
saying?
remember? I mean, pre-social media, like selling out used to be lame.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
getting like sign them with the record label.
Yeah.
Like, you fucking sell that.
Oh, you doing
Don't-
a Pepsi commercial now?
Yeah.
MC Hammer, fuck you.
Yeah, exactly. And now it's like, get it, everybody. Like, way to go,
But it's like a going out of business sale type vibe, which is
Right.
not a good.
I
vibe
know,
to
and that-
have.
dude. That
like,
is
that's-
fully.
That's the whole thing. Is
Yeah.
like, is that like people say
It's a
that
fire
that those in the know, the rich and powerful,
The
realize that like
Stand game.
the ship is sinking, folks.
Mhm.
So let's get it and get out of here. And
Right.
so have no shame.
Keep
Yeah.
that orchestra.
Act like a
They are
fucking
generally-
asshole and
fuck
get
'em.
everything you can
Yep.
because the ship's going down. I don't want to believe that, but that sure looks like that's
Fuck
what's
them all
happening.
and let God sort them out. And they're, they're doing that out in the open. Now.
That's what I
I mean,
mean,
straight up,
where it's just
like,
naked,
yeah.
like we're not even trying to dress this up.
yeah,
Joni Ernst is like, we're all gonna die.
yeah,
Yeah.
Smell you later.
yeah.
Good luck. Find your own life preserver.
The ship is going down, and
Yeah.
we're those three guys playing the cello and shit.
That's right.
We're the three guys podcasting on the Titanic.
That's right.
I don't
Yeah.
know. It's pretty nice out tonight.
Yeah.
What's that big white thing?
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it definitely
That's a
feels
good
like
sketch idea. On the tip of the Titanic, three guys podcasting.
we just keep podcasting.
Yeah.
That is fucking great.
we're going
But
down.
people
with
are
the ship.
stealing that.
Yeah. Nobody steal that, all right?
Yeah.
Try to edit that out.
And people just walking past,
Yeah.
annoyed
Yeah.
still, even though they're on the way to be dead,
people flying,
Like,
people
oh,
flying past.
rolling their eyes. Like
Enough
these
with the
idiots.
dick jokes, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to think about restaurants.
Yeah.
Cellos playing. People.
Somehow we get on a
screaming
lifeboat.
Today I was listening
Podcasting on the
to
lifeboat.
WTF, and he announced it's going to be his last. He's ending WTF
Yeah.
in the fall, and
16 years.
16 years. And he said,
Crazy.
he's like, "What have I done?" And he was talking about podcasting, and he's like, and he was had John Mulaney on, and he's like, "Now it's moved to couches. It's just three white dudes on a couch talking about the biggest shit they ever took." And I was like,
What?
"Oh no,
He's seen the
I'm a
podcast.
stereotype." Yeah. I was like, "Oh shit, this is embarrassing."
Three white guys on a couch talking about the
Yes.
That's actually a good topic.
We've done it. That was pre-video, though. You know,
Oh, man.
we would never do
Ouch.
something like that.
Ouch.
No,
Oh,
that's so
When
funny.
you're right, you're right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Guilty as charged.
Mhm.
Yeah. That is really funny.
Guilty as charged.
Anytime I see any piece of content making fun of podcasting, it is always 100% right.
Yeah.
It's true.
Yep.
It's
Every
true.
single time.
We're not going to stop, and I love doing this. So, but I still fully am like,
Oh.
yep. I guess.
The cringe is real.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I accepted I mean, with started Let's Ruin Our Childhood,
Uh-huh.
which I did just as hammered as I possibly could every single time, and
That's the protocol.
would wake up the next day and be like, oh, I'd be like, hey, Alex, do you think we should put that one out? And he'd be like, don't worry about it. Ching. And I'd be like, oh, fuck. And then I'd have like 2 days of dread. I'd just be like, well, whatever. And now I don't drink on podcasts, and I feel pretty much exactly the same. But I've learned, I'm like, just, it's out there. Don't fucking worry about it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You have to,
Yeah.
you have to let Jesus take the wheel.
That's
on,
right.
on the podcast side
Yeah.
of things.
3 guys on a couch talking about taking shits.
Damn you, eagle-eyed Mark Maron. You got us.
Yes.
Right in the crosshairs.
Yeah.
It's all right. We're having fun.
We got to do something, Mark. Come on.
Yeah, really.
I mean, that orchestra analogy seems even more apropos, you know?
Yeah.
Where if the ship is going down, what better thing to do
That's right.
when the nuclear holocaust finally strikes
Yeah.
than to be vaporized with Shyla and the boys?
Yep.
You know?
I'll probably bring Sarah
Live
and
on
the kids to that one. Girls, put on your earmuffs.
Put on this Oculus Rift.
Yeah.
Put your helmets on.
Or actually, yeah, Meryl, you took a pretty huge shit the other day. Come over here.
Yeah. Time for you to come on the podcast.
yeah.
That'll be that's when we retire. Is
Yeah.
When Meryl comes on the podcast.
Yeah.
That's true. She comes here and tells us a couple of
Yeah.
coherent thoughts. We're like, okay,
Yeah.
We've peaked.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take 2 steps to the rear and get out of here.
Mm-hmm. She come out now. She doesn't mean all. She loves growling currently. Like, whoa, take it easy, baby. Yeah. Mhm.
That's funny. I guess it's probably a lot of them just figuring out how their face works.
Yeah.
And their vocal cords and stuff.
Yeah. We also discovered that we'd been like underfeeding her by like why does she wake up every night? Like, oh, because she can eat an entire sandwich. That's why. Like, oh, this bottle and this baby food weren't quite cutting it.
I want a Reuben.
Exactly. Exactly.
Take me to that
Like,
Miami
oh, shit.
place.
And I'll be like, how much? Like, dude, is she like a dog? I don't know. Will she eat till she dies? Because it seems like it. Just like Dad, you know? Yeah. Yeah.
Chip off the old block.
Yeah. Like, I guess. And every piece of food, she's like, so excited. I'm like, girl, this is 2 slices of wheat bread microwaved with a piece of cheese. You're welcome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That does sound pretty good.
It is pretty good. Can't grill it. It's too crispy.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. She just had like a few little teethers.
2 little teeth on the bottom.
Oh,
Mm-hmm.
very cute. Little gerbil.
A little Tolverine.
That's cool that she can actually eat some like real food now, though.
Yeah.
Give
It
her a
is.
little-
It's crazy. It makes you nervous. Little. Ever since she
They
kinda-
eat with reckless abandon. You're like,
They
please
do.
chew your food at least
Yeah.
a little bit. I
Mhm.
don't want to do the Heimlich again.
And if you give her more than one on her little high chair, she'll be like, I was like, oh, I'm
That's
so
Toll's daughter, all right.
yes, yes. Like, I'm so proud of you, but get some of those fucking puffs out of your mouth. Yeah. The other day, I was giving her a bath. Maybe I told this on the, and she has to wear. She got little tubes put in her ears because she has ear infections all the time. And I took her out of the bath, and I'm rubbing her head. And I'm like, oh shit, one of her earplugs is gone. I go, I'm like, where's that fucking earplug? And I go to change her diaper, put her diaper on after the bath, and she's going chewing on the earplug, this piece of rubber in her mouth. And so I'm trying to poke her and like poke my finger in her mouth, which is upsetting her greatly. But once she got so upset, she started screaming. I could pop it out of her mouth. So
Perfect.
no problem. But it was a stressful 10 minutes. I tell you what.
Hand in the alligator's mouth.
Exactly. Yeah. But it's
Funny girl.
Mm-hmm.
Funny. Speaking of growls, Shyla, on your little sample pad, you'll notice towards the bottom there are 2 clips. audio clips only because I was trying to. I'm still. If anyone watching this knows anything about streaming video to like a TV in the room with us, as well as going out live to that broadcast without causing a feedback loop, I know it's possible, but
It can
I
be
don't
done.
know
Yeah.
how.
Yeah.
So if anyone knows, let me know. But anyway, so this is an audio clip.
How could we get like the news thing where we have a square up by our shoulder? That's not really there, you
Weekend
know?
update stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are things I want to figure out eventually.
Come on, AI.
Come on. But so I've been going down. I think some of it is trying to dissociate from the craziness of the world. Probably.
Yes,
Let's be
yes.
honest. I'm going full infantilization. So I'm getting back
Perfect.
into animals,
Hell yeah.
just as a category.
yeah.
I love it. Can't say no to that.
And so I guess I'd never realized that I hadn't heard what like a leopard growl actually sounds like. See, I'm used to hearing that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
It's like,
Yeah.
I think that's more of like their scream almost.
That's the smaller cat, I think. I think leopard is the cutoff for the true big cats.
It's definitely, these are big cats, no doubt. So this first clip is a growl, and I just want you to listen to it. Tell me what you think.
Is that Toll's baby?
It almost sounds like a Harley. Like,
Yeah, it's
I've never.
crazy, dude.
And then this next one, the second one, Shyla.
How'd you like to hear that in the woods?
That's what I'm.
Oh my God.
I watched this.
I would
clip.
shoot straight into the air like a fucking rocket.
Just eat me now. I
Oh.
can't sleep.
That's when you hit the old fetal position. You're just
Oh.
like, come what may,
Bro.
baby.
Yeah.
That is the cutoff because I learned this at the
What was
zoo.
that?
So those are both leopards.
Yeah.
One was more of like the kind of jaguar looking type one, and then the last one, big black leopard. And the black one had a baby with it, and so I think that's why it did the.
Can we hear that again?
And the hiss.
Oh. No.
Bro.
It sounds like starting like a dually rig.
Yeah,
or
it
something.
does.
Yes. One from like the 1930s.
Yes.
Though.
That's my roadster right there.
That's my rig out there.
Yeah. yeah.
But that's crazy. Like I'd never heard that specific sound. Really, I mean, yeah, like you
That's
said,
fucking
imagine
crazy.
like you're in the jungle, you're on mushrooms maybe or something
Oh.
with the crew. You're
Yeah.
podcasting.
Yeah.
You go out to
You're on a
piss.
ship on a lake in the jungle, podcasting.
Yes. You go out into the wild to take the largest shit
Yeah.
you've ever taken,
You have to.
which you plan on talking about on the podcast
Yes,
later when you
yes.
get back.
Of course.
Yes.
Then
All
you're
you've
out
been
there-
eating is cheese and Metamucil.
That's right. Yeah, that one you can tell is not quite as big, but
Yeah.
that second one, the
Yeah.
one more time for a shower.
Sounds like my garbage disposal.
Yeah. I think a vape drop down there. That's crazy, right? That's a mama cat, big mama
Yeah.
cat being like, do not fuck with my little Merlito.
Yeah. That's right.
Yeah.
If Sarah made that noise, I'd be like, let's fuck right now.
Told be the little sub leopard.
Yeah, told
like,
us lays down, put this butt in the air.
I'm ready.
Daddy's in heat.
Think he's spraying. Yeah. Yeah. It sounds like it would be like AI almost, or some like
So,
Hollywood
like a
creation.
movie. Yeah,
Yeah.
like the sound of an alien hunting you.
it's like a phone video of someone taking it, like a big black leopard in a cage with like a little. You hear the
Yeah.
little baby kind of screech at first.
Yeah.
Got some big lungs or something.
Because
Big diaphragm.
because like
Yeah.
American mountain lions don't make that. They go "Row," that, row.
yeah.
and I think the leopard or maybe Are jaguars and leopards basically the same thing?
I think
Jaguars
so.
yeah.
I think it's where they're from, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I looked this up recently, and yeah, the location is basically defines what's like a cougar, jaguar, puma,
Yeah.
leopard, but they're all panthers
Right.
because they're part of Panthera or
Right.
something.
But then
Gotcha.
like the big cats, lions, tigers, and leopards are the ones that make sounds like that. Yeah. Maybe I don't know if they all make sounds quite like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
that one was especially pissed
right.
off.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I've been up to, kind of looking at big cat videos.
I like
It's
it.
fun.
It's cool, man. I mean, it's a better place of TikTok to be.
I saw an animal.
Yeah.
Have you seen the bit too wrong bear cat? Like I've seen them before, I think, but this one was like
Bear
climbing on a van. It looks like I was like, holy! It's like a 6 foot wide-bodied ferret. They're fucking insane, dude. I couldn't believe it. Let me
Wide-bodied
Google
ferret.
it, see if I got the name of that thing right.
That doesn't sound fun.
Bit too wrong. I think they're, been too wrong. Yeah,
Been too right.
look at this thing.
Ah,
Yeah, but
Kinda like-
the one I saw was like climbing on a truck, and it looked,
Ooh.
and it was like it was like huge.
Yeah.
I was like, maybe
kind of has
it's
like
AI.
the face of like a honey badger almost.
Yeah,
but a longer.
yeah, and
bigger
they
body.
can like use their tails as like an arm almost,
Oh shit!
like a
Start
possum.
strangling you.
Yeah, yeah.
Prehensile.
Make that jaguar noise. Oh.
Alex is gonna walk into the bedroom tonight to Ange and be like, instinctively she would know. She'd go,
Yeah. Bite her neck.
yeah, that's right.
Actually, that's just
Submit, submit to me.
Then my dogs attack me. It's a whole
Yeah.
thing.
how are the dogs doing?
Crazy as ever. Yeah. So we've had these dogs. We got Charmaine in October and Artie in December. So it's been a few months, but they are nuts. They don't stop. They don't quit. They want to wrestle all day long and bark and sprint around and it's a
What's
whole
the
thing.
ages on these two?
We don't know, but probably like around 2 or something like that.
Okay, so they're definitely kind of spazzy still.
Oh yes, they are very energetic. Yeah,
Keeps you young, Alex.
keeps me busy. I need more things to do in my life. You know,
Yeah,
I need more
everything's going a little too
responsibility.
good.
Yeah, right.
Has it really started to get super busy at the old ice cream shop?
Yeah, especially this week. You can tell the kids are getting let out of school. It's immediately like you're in the shop. You're like, oh, what's happening right now?
Oh, right.
Right. The kids are out of school. This is when it
Stupid
starts
kids.
happening. Yeah, so it's getting busy. The weather's warmed up. Kids are getting out of school. That means
Ice cream.
I go cuckoo bananas for the next 3 months.
You're gonna be making that noise at customers.
Yeah.
They have Alex in a big cage.
Yeah. That's the black cat. Yeah. Spraying on him.
Yeah. Do you two spend much time on TikTok?
I do generally once a day, sometimes every other day. It's almost like too good that I don't actually. I spend a lot of time on stupid Facebook Reels and Instagram Reels. I even avoid Instagram kind of because I'm like, all right, enough with the sexy ladies. I've had enough. Like I don't.
Hey, do you like big tits swinging in your face?
Yeah.
I do, but that's enough.
Yeah, I'm
Even
like,
for
I get
me,
it. I have
That's
never.
enough.
I haven't liked a single one of these videos ever.
Right.
But
Because then
yet
someone would
here I
see it.
am,
Yeah.
and yet my For You page is like, "Hey, you bonered idiot!"
I
I'm like, wait a minute, you're judging me.
I'm a
I
man
know.
of intellect.
Yeah, yes.
You know it's bad when you go to Instagram and you go to search and immediately it floods like
Yeah.
with a bunch of things. And
Right.
it's like it's literally like boobs shaking. I'm like, I like boobs. Can we just? That's
Yeah,
not what I'm
yeah.
doing right now.
Yeah.
Can
Yeah.
we just?
I'm trying to work.
Yeah, if you could get one of these big-tittied, big-ass bitches to start talking about the universe, that'd be my perfect page.
That's the podcast.
Start talking about reality and the universe. I'll be like, oh my god.
Yeah.
I spent almost no time on TikTok. Somehow I just completely fell off of it.
Really?
Every once in a while I'll be like, oh yeah, TikTok. Let me go and I'll.
I guess
I started late.
I check
on it.
if I see a video.
I kind of come and go from it. It's been a while. I'm just not into it.
Oh,
right
I've
now.
noticed you haven't been liking our videos.
No, that's the only reason I go there is to go
That's-
check them out and just like.
I know when you do
everything.
because it'll be like 9 in a
Yeah.
row, and I'll be like, nice.
Yeah.
Back.
That's what. Whenever I see
You
one of
checked
our
in.
videos on anything, I'll go to TikTok and like it then. But I don't usually. Look
It even
at
tells me that
anything
you
else.
viewed our profile. It's creepy. It'll be like Tobocop is viewing your profile right now.
Oh,
Wow.
hello.
Ooh,
I'm like,
good
he
to
should be
know.
in bed right now.
What's he doing up?
Yeah.
That is quite the algorithm they got going on TikTok.
I've
Yeah,
been spending a lot of time on
I'm like a Reels guy at this point. Like into the night, like before I'm ready to crash out, I'm like, let's go check out the Reels. And so, like sometimes it's strictly like a bunch of like shit that's like not what I'm really into, or it's like informational. I'm like, this is boring. But sometimes, and you guys know when this happens, like it just starts banger after banger of hilarious one. Then I'm there
Yep.
for like 45 minutes sending them to you guys and then laughing my ass off. But you can't make it happen. It's the weirdest thing.
Yeah.
I'll go
can't-
there and be like,
Also,
come on, give me all the funny shit. And it's like, here's what to do in case of a forest fire. You're like, no.
and I said this
Come
to
on,
Alex
come on.
earlier.
Bring the
Make it
boobs
work.
back.
Yeah.
Why is
all right.
every third video on my feed is a different podcast of fucking DJ Qualls getting interviewed? And I'm like, do I have a, did
I
someone
never
put a
see that.
DJ Qualls tattoo on me somewhere? Like, what the fuck is going on?
Got a DJ
Like, why do
Qualls
they think I'm
Google
obsessed
alert.
with DJ Qualls?
It is weird when you're like the algorithm, which knows more about me than I know, is clearly trying to tell me something about myself
Yeah.
right now. I'm like, but I don't agree with what is this?
Right.
Yeah.
You're forcing. It's like a bunch
Yeah.
of DJ Qualls.
Yeah.
I don't
Like, what
agree
is
with your
this?
diagnosis of
No.
Yeah, like I'm giving
Yeah.
this a thumbs down. I'm
Yeah,
swiping away.
and it
No,
has,
stop
like
stop
30
it.
likes.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? It'd be like a DJ Qualls video with 8 likes. They're like, you're gonna fucking love this, bro. DJ Qualls giving its deep thoughts about acting, and I'm like, why did I watch 11 minutes of this?
That's on you.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh. And now I'll get even more because I've said DJ Qualls 18 times.
And God forbid you do give in, be like, all right,
Now we gotta have him on the
and
podcast.
then the
He might come.
and the algorithm's like, all right, more of this. Like here's something that happens on Facebook all the time. Zipping along, scrolling, and then you'll see like a photo of like an actress from way back. What's an example? Like Elizabeth Hurley or something. And it's a photo of her, and they clearly put nipples on her, like her nipples are poking out of her shirt. Like
Yeah.
that's not real. They're doing that. But you
Right.
stop and you're like, wait, what? You're like, keep scrolling, and all of a sudden it's like, you like Elizabeth Hurley.
Yeah.
And it's all it is. You're like, no, stop it. I never
Yeah.
agreed to this. I don't
Yeah.
care. I just happened to stop because you made a weird nipple photo of this lady. And my man brain's like, nipples?
Right.
What? No, I don't want that. But it's like, oh yeah, you do. And
Yeah, you
it's
seem like
force feeding you bullshit.
You
You're
seem like a
"Stop
nipple.
it."
You seem like a nipple guy. You seem like a nipple. That is crazy to do like post production nipples on like a photo. that's
Yes,
existed
there's
for
lots of
20
that.
years.
I see that. It's
Yeah.
again.
seen the
I have a
X-ray
man
ones.
brain. I see
The
boobs.
what?
I'm like boobs,
You've never
and,
seen
and
that?
it's like, yep,
Seen what?
keeps going.
The X-ray photos where it'll be someone wearing something like kind of sheer or
Oh.
and via Photoshop they'll like adjust the curves and levels and saturation or whatever so you can like see more of like the boob.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Nice.
I've never.
Yes.
I mean,
It's all about.
I read
literally-
about that.
The whole
somewhere.
thing is to get you to stop for 3/4 of a second. They're like, "Got your ass." That's
Yeah.
all we needed.
Yeah, it's
That's
called
all
an
we needed.
impression. Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's
Yeah.
at least that's what they call it, like on Facebook and Insta Ads Manager
Yeah.
from running like comedy club ads and stuff. Yeah, they qualify that as an impression if you slow down at all going past it, which is then so they're
I slow down for every single
Yeah.
one.
it's like
Especially
a micro
DJ
interest.
Qualls.
You better believe it, buddy.
What is
I
DJ
love that
Qualls up to?
motherfucker. When's he coming back?
Toll clicked on one of those. You won't believe where he is
Yeah.
now.
Yeah.
DJ
I
Qualls.
I did think he was gonna be in the AI poster of the fucking new Nightmare on Elm Street for a while there that I talked about like a year
That's
ago.
all it took.
I think that is all
And
it
now
took.
it's anchored in
Yeah.
forever.
Now it's going to be, yeah. I'll slowly start transforming
Yeah.
into DJ Qualls. Ooh.
Real
Hey,
skinny.
guys. Yeah, yeah.
Interesting career, that guy.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Don't talk about him. Shh.
Nope.
Our
We've
phone
already
does
said
it
his
too
name
much.
like 50 times.
Yeah,
I
it's
know.
over. It's already
Yeah.
over.
I do, and that I'm not exaggerating. Where I'm like, what the fuck is happening? And also, it's been going on for like 2 months.
Suddenly,
Like-
all like the suggested pages are like DJ Qualls, diehard fan. or
yeah,
whatever.
yeah,
DJ Qualls fan club.
Yeah.
yes,
2025.
yes.
Who's making these?
Yeah,
What
well,
is
there's
this?
somebody. Because I'll get them. Yeah, because I've had that same thing of just scrolling. but
I bet you both of you tonight will have a video of DJ Qualls on the
I hope
podcast.
so. I'd like to know what he's up to.
We're gonna find out whether we like it or
Yeah.
not.
Yeah.
Just the way it works.
I've been spending a ton of time on TikTok. Have you guys heard the that guy who's like playing an acoustic guitar? It's been looped a ton. Shyla, I have a sample. I think it's before the leopard ones, actually.
The very heartfelt moment.
Yes. If you can play this sample for these.
You'll be married a year in the suburbs with a kid on the way in 3. Convincing yourself you're living the American dream. And I'll be dancing out California. Kid who got it all wrong. Convincing myself one day I'll write a love song.
Is this about AJ hanging out outside of my house?
That was a live feed of me outside Tool's house. No, so that has swept the nation on TikTok, where like I guess we've reached such an interesting place culturally. I think. I'm sorry for trying to say a smart thing again. I've
No,
already blown it
I like
twice. I'm just gonna go ahead and apologize ahead of time. But we've reached like a meta satire point. It almost
Yeah.
feels like I can't even tell what I or anyone else actually likes
Yeah.
or is
Right.
making fun of.
Yeah.
And that is what's going on with this, is that it's like in every video and people are like, it's getting tied in with Benson Boone. Do you know that
Yeah,
guy?
yep.
Because he was a big TikTok
flipping
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
Beautiful thing that I've got.
So
Backflip.
this is like great value Benson Boone apparently to TikTok.
Yeah.
And so now like this guy who went from maybe having some amount of notoriety like in his hometown or whatever is being created as like the poster child of everything that's wrong with white guy culture.
That's the sound I was hearing in my
Hilarious.
headphones. I'm like,
Yes.
ooh, I'm cringing and I don't even know what's happening.
Yeah,
right
It's
I
now.
didn't know.
They're calling it like that cringe, like stomp clap, like
Yeah.
Mumford
Yes.
and Sons type shit.
I saw there's saying that because of like the
And
for
it is kind of crazy.
right, it is, and because of like the For You stuff on Spotify and Apple Music and shit, there's basically no new music being created. There's like no new genre of music.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Music is staying like essentially flat because once an algorithm starts feeding it to you, it gives you what you want rather than something new that you might like. So it's like this circle that's also kind of stomping on creativity as well.
It makes, I mean,
Yeah.
when you lay it out like that, it makes a lot of sense though.
Mhm.
That
And when's the last time a big new musical genre came out? Usually that
K-pop
happens.
ish.
you got something to say, Charlotte?
Yeah.
I
I
heard
mean, I'm an old white guy. I listen to yacht rock all day. I'm just asking
Right.
questions.
Yeah.
I quit developing musically a long time ago, so I don't know. But you know, usually some big thing bursts out. This is the new sound. This is the new whatever, and it's
Yeah, it seems a lot of it is almost like rebooting the genre stuff. Like even one of my favorite artists of like the last 2 years, McGee, who I've talked about before, he did SNL at some point.
Yeah.
I think I wrongly attributed it to like the 50th or something, but he was around that time. And basically his whole sound is like reimagining of Phil Collins and the Police and stuff
Okay.
like that.
Yeah.
You know, it's his own thing, but it like everyone that hears it, everyone I've ever shown it to says basically Phil Collins, the Police.
Right.
It has
Kind of like the war on drugs is kind of like the slow, like Tom Petty ish.
Bruno Mars
So-
is a ripoff of the '80s,
Yeah.
repackaged into a a newer format.
Did you
but
guys
it's the
hear
same.
Bruno Mars's "Pussy" song?
Yes. Fat, juicy, and wet.
Gross. Yeah, yeah. It was
Yeah.
odd.
I don't even gang bang pussy so good, made me throw up a set.
We're in the
I listen to
era.
that one at the gym a lot.
We're in the
Do you
era
really?
of
yeah,
pussy
it's
songs.
a
so
good
that's
pump
good.
song.
That's great.
I just found it. I'm like, I don't know. Yeah. Like, Bruno, I thought you loved ladies so much you wanted to put your hands on a blade for them. And now you're just generalizing
Yeah.
their
He
sweet.
used to be catching
pussies.
grenades for these girls.
Yeah, yeah.
Now he's talking about fat, wet pussies.
Yes. Yes.
But I think he kind of had a bad boy turn a little because didn't he? He had
Was
like
it-
a huge gambling debt.
Yeah.
And he got busted with like some coke, I think,
Yeah.
or something.
Oh, I didn't hear that, but that's I will believe that.
They were calling it
That
the
was a
paying
while
off his
ago.
debt song.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Kind
that's
of,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. That's happened to a few people. I feel like in Vegas, they got Vegas got their hooks in and we're like, not so fast. You're into us for a couple mils.
Also, Bruno, you're like a fucking. I mean, how many hits as he? How
Yeah.
much could you possibly fucking owe?
I think
God
it was like
damn.
$100 million.
Did you put your soul down?
Yeah, no, I think it
Jesus.
was like an insane amount of money.
Yeah.
Because I think he was also like a residency kind of guy.
Yeah.
Like he had a show in Vegas maybe. Or,
Yeah, I feel like a lot of those residencies are just basically the casino chaining them to a stage and being like, "Work, bitch.
Yes.
You got about 3 years to go. We'll cut you loose after that.
Yeah.
You got a big debt to pay off, my man.
my man.
My man."
Yeah. Very, very crazy. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Because I listen to like a lot of hip hop and I'll get a fair amount of, probably not like the most cutting edge stuff, but a band like Death Grips, which was more like in the 2015 kind of era, I think. They were sort of someone who was being touted as doing a whole new style of hip hop,
Yeah.
as it were, but a whole like parent genre. Yeah, I don't know. Like
Also-
coming up with something like jazz, as a whole thing.
Grunge,
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
something that's.
I feel like it's all subgenre now.
Right.
It is. I mean, that makes sense. That's the world we live in. We all live in our subgenres, our little things we all are into.
Mhm.
There's no collective. Everyone isn't watching CBS at night.
Yeah.
This is. I mean, this.
Or
Yeah.
we're not.
Walter
You know what I'm saying?
Cronkite.
Yeah, right. We're not all tuning into Murder She Wrote, so we're all in our own little worlds of things that we like from 10 years ago. Usually, we're not having new things like. Yeah, that makes sense.
And I feel like it's been billed to me that this is all a good thing, that people can find each other in this way and like be super niche and like be a part, like you're a part of a subreddit that loves old retro video game consoles or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
But to me, it feels like lonelier than ever because we don't have the everyone is tuning in to
Yeah.
see Seinfeld that night or like whatever
Oh,
it
yeah.
is, It feels like way more compartmentalized despite the access being wide open, essentially.
I was reading about how the Southern accent is going away. The deep Southern accent ain't going to be around much longer because everyone watches social media and they're all
Right.
taking their cues from everyone that talks like this and all that shit.
Yeah.
Like that will be like, but regional dialects are all dying out because we're all getting our info from the same place. So all these little niche things like that are just going to be gone.
I
in
mean,
20
even
years.
when Dave and I were in New York like a year ago, almost anyone that I heard talk didn't have like the accent that you would think of. That
Right.
was probably very prevalent. Like in
I'm
the
walking
60s.
in.
Yeah. Hey,
Yeah.
couple of Iowa dickheads. Whoa. But like other than Mike Racine, who we met up with, the comedian, he just has. I mean, because he's from like New York and New Jersey, so he might be like that last generation of
older.
person.
Yeah, it's still there for older people, but I feel like the 20-something people probably, by the time they're our age, that will be a lot less. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Weird. But I guess subconsciously it makes sense that you would, if you're just listening to a certain type of speech all the time, you're going to, I feel like even with podcasting where it sounds like everyone's podcast sounds the same because they're all mirroring the same like mother content, which
Right.
is like the biggest podcasts and shit,
Right.
Speaking of a guy like Marin or something,
Yeah. And speaking of, it's funny, Joni Ernst and what's her face, Kim Reynolds, their terrible old lady Iowa accents. Like, God, could you be more embarrassing? And Chuck Grassley, fucking A. Oh yeah, right there. Like,
I
We
mean,
don't talk like that, okay?
yeah.
I mean, the
do
clip that went
do we have
crazy-
dumb accents? I don't know. I don't think so.
I feel like Iowa is actually one of the places that's considered to be kind of accentless.
It was, yeah.
It is,
It,
unless you're from 15 minutes south of here,
right.
Mm. You get a little
Or-
Missouri.
45 minutes north of here.
Yes.
So, yeah, central. Iowa.
Rural
Yeah.
areas
Yeah.
somehow got southern accents.
I worked with a dude. I liked him a lot when I was landscaping. My buddy Chad from a town 50 miles south of Des Moines. I was like, "Are you from the South? Like, why?"
No, man.
Like, no, man. Where was you last night? Like, at my house. Why do you talk
With
like
you and
that?
your
yeah.
You and your kin.
Yeah.
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 Hanging out the old kin folk over there. What?
Were you recently on the?
You're from
Chitlins?
Huxley.
Yes.
From Huxley.
Mm.
But even my mom.
Gorsh.
y-
Warsh.
Yeah, I would say my mom says Warsh,
Yeah.
but I think
Mhm.
part of that is, I think she could say it the other way. It's more just
No,
fun,
it's-
fun
it's-
to them.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
it's
know.
just it's what you grew up hearing.
Yeah.
It just gets
the
baked in,
culture.
and you don't even think about it. Yeah.
But I'm sure, I guess the American accent at large is an accent,
Yeah,
as it were.
for sure.
Allegedly a pretty hard one too,
Yeah.
like to learn.
Yeah. I
versus-
think English is just difficult in general.
I had no problem with it.
Yeah, my baby's learning it. Come on.
Okay, I talked about the leopard videos. Okay. Perfect. I feel like I had something.
I
Real good to
literally
say.
I was like on the precipice.
It's pretty much time to land the plane.
Oh,
so.
thank God. No. Videos, accents.
Speaking of landing the plane, have you seen the rehearsal, the new season of the rehearsal?
I have.
No.
It's supposed to be like mind blowing.
It is.
I
like,
saw him
truly
with the
mind-blowing.
pilot thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is so hard for me to watch. I'm like, I can't keep watching this.
It's made for my brain.
It
I
made-
can't get enough of it.
This is I feel like Taskmaster is like rehearsal light, sort of. I'm like, oh, this is making people uncomfortable. The first 2 episodes, I was like, it hurts me to watch this, but I don't know. I'm gonna keep watching it, but I have a very hard time.
I have. That's why I've never really watched. I think you should leave
Yeah, I
because
love
just
that.
it's like nails on a chalkboard to me.
Yeah.
I know that's what it's supposed to be, but I have a hard time watching it.
Yeah, either you can or you can't plug into certain things. I totally get that. Where you're like,
Yeah.
it's not for me.
I am struggling.
appreciate the
with
skill.
rehearsal.
yeah.
Yeah.
I think you should leave. I love
It looks like the clips I see are always really funny.
Yeah.
I think it's one of those things where like I have taken so many L's in my life. It's like PTSD kind of shit. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Where
yeah.
I'm like, some of these things I've like done. You know?
I always the door one. I fucking love the door one. When he's tells the guy that the door opens both ways.
Oh yeah.
He's like, no, I think you have to pull it.
Yeah.
He's like, no, you can push. It opens both ways. And he's like,
Cranking on it.
the door is breaking. While I love it. Yeah, horse cocks. Sarah got me the T-shirt of the haunted mansion, which I was like, what is this? She's like, I think you should. I was like, oh my God, amazing. What a deep cut T-shirt this is.
I will say, Sarah is great on the shirt selects.
Yeah.
You know?
Her
Like I
last
feel like
name.
every shirt that she gets you, I'm like, damn.
Mhm. I got an Artie Bucco shirt and a Christopher Maltasanti shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying
I know. It's pretty impressive.
she knows you well.
Mhm.
She knows how to appease the king.
She does. That's right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Calm down.
True.
Put this hilarious T-shirt on.
Yes.
Everything's gonna be fine.
Yes.
You got this.
Well, I don't have to. Yeah. Every time I put, basically, like she has seen so few of my mini T-shirts. Every time, like the other day, I was wearing the Frodo shirt.
Oh, nice.
She's like, I'd never seen that shirt before. I'm like, yeah, it's my Frodo shirt. It's like, oh.
It's over there in my shirt pile.
Yeah.
It was more of a
Yeah.
going out on the town kind of shirt.
Yes, yes.
I don't just throw this
Yeah.
one out for anything.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's funny.
It is fun. It's all worn, so it's basically just like a very pasty
Fro.
Elijah Wood's face. No, it doesn't say. There's no words on it at all. It's just Frodo. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen some really cool. It's probably my algorithm, but maybe you've seen them where it's basically like these vintage recreations of Lord of the Rings stuff, where it'll be like Sauron, but they'll make it look like an old school metal T-shirt.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty sick.
Yeah, that is fun.
If I had the money, trust me.
Yeah. My brain is, I haven't rewatched them recently, but I bought the Blu-rays a couple of years ago. And I never had this before, but I think because of you, AJ, I'm like a little Lord of the Rings obsessive now.
Yeah.
Where I really like,
Yeah.
and I'm like, I don't want to sit here and watch a 3-hour-long movie, but I'm
Yes,
like,
you do.
but I do want.
Such good, but it's like in that Shawshank Redemption category for me
Mhm.
of like great background, you
Yeah.
know, because it's a long story. You can kind of pop in and out.
It's also like pretty segmented.
Mm-hmm.
So like you can get a pretty satisfying thing that happens in like a 20-minute section. You're
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, nice. That's when
Yeah.
this happens. You're like, oh yeah, almost chaptered.
Yeah,
even.
and
Yeah.
like considering how long of, because it is one big journey,
Yep.
sort of. Not sort of.
Famously,
yeah,
yes.
famously. Not sort of. It is
Sort of.
one big journey.
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
know?
Yeah.
But within it, each movie is pretty self-contained. Like
Yep.
there's a beginning and end that they are able to kind of work out while leaving it open for the next one. It's pretty hard.
Unlike
to do.
The Hobbit.
Oh my god.
God, those movies
What's your
sucked
favorite
ass.
one?
Two Towers.
No, that was my favorite one
Return
when
of
I
the
was
King.
young.
Fellowship of the Ring.
Fellowship of the Ring is my favorite. Just because it's the beginning of the story. You get a lot of Hobbiton in it,
Mhm.
which is like really idyllic and
When they're
cool to look.
one of the few times that they're happy in the
Yeah.
movie. yeah,
'Cause you already know what's going to happen later.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
we're
full
before
crash
Frodo is full on despondent.
Yeah,
for the
after you
next 8
finish the
hours.
whole after you
Yeah.
finish the whole thing and you go back and watch the first one, you're like, oh, look at these little happy
Yeah.
fuckers. I
Yeah.
forgot.
Yeah.
It was good times at the beginning.
yeah.
Very
Fucking
good.
around, eating, farting around with each
Yeah.
other,
Getting drunk.
getting
Mhm.
drunk.
They love getting drunk, dancing. I'm
Yeah.
like, yeah,
Yeah, even smoking
smoking
weed.
Yeah, a little pipe weed.
Fucking wizard weed.
That's right. And they're laughing a lot, so
Yeah.
I think it's
Kicking their giant feet up.
yeah.
Yep.
It's and there's actually cool battles in that first one too, and no one's dead yet
Right.
until
Oh.
I guess Gandalf. Does he?
No, Boromir in the first
Oh yeah,
movie.
the first one dies, and I think they lose Gandalf
Yeah.
too, because then he comes back as Gandalf the White.
You shall not pass.
You shall not pass. They're good. I like them.
Yeah,
And I'm proud. Elijah Wood is an Iowa boy. Pretty cool.
let's go.
Mm-hmm.
And he's one of the few actors who I think he's in like that Keanu Reeves area of sort of universally loved. Like,
Yeah.
he never seems to take a misstep. He's actually in Austin.
Yeah,
Texas
he got
now.
all that Lord of the Rings money. He's like, I'll just fuck around and do whatever I want now. Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
I win.
He started a horror movie production company, kind of like an A24, much smaller.
Yeah. He's going to be the bad guy in the new Toxic Avenger
There we go.
movie
And he's actually a good actor.
with our boy, the Dink,
The
Peter
Dink.
Dinklage.
Whatever. Is it going
as
to come out?
Toxic- It is, I think, this summer.
Nice.
We'll see. The
Something to look forward to, folks.
There you go.
Put it on your calendars.
Mm-hmm.
All right, everybody. It's been a lovely podcast. We did our time.
We
Good
did the
job.
crime.
We did the
We
time.
did the time.
Yeah. Oh,
Play that sound effect one more time.
two going.
Yeah.
They're fighting.
Jesus.
That is sweet.
It's like I will never go camping again, but if I do, I want to bring a boombox and that sound effect. Yeah, put it
Huge
outside your buddy's
speaker.
tent. Yes,
It's
yes.
nighttime.
Yeah.
You can't see shit. You're hearing like little bugs
I'm
chirping.
like the sound of an owl creeps me out when I'm camping.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, ooh, creepy. If it was that, you'd be like, well,
Yeah.
I just kill myself in the tent, I
Yep.
guess.
I'm gonna. You wanna have a knife?
Yeah.
I'm gonna stab myself right now.
Yeah.
I can't do this.
Venmo at ToboCop, obviously.
Obviously.
Patreon.com/NoSleepDSM. Gonna get Shyla back on her feet, as we said earlier.
There we go.
She got fired.
Perfect
She
time.
was let go because the business closed.
The business closed. It
Yeah.
wasn't
Yes.
obviously.
It was not a
Shyla's
firing.
fault. No.
She was the best part of it, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
No severance package. Nothing.
Black Hat ice cream. Now is the time, most definitely, to stop in and get some.
Why not?
Hell yeah.
We
Alex
could, we
is gonna
could
be
use the
happy to see
business.
you.
What kind of nuggets are you rocking this week?
Strawberry malts
Ooh.
Baby. the
coated
best
in
ones.
crunch berries.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Mm.
they are fantastic.
That's amazing.
And if you come in and make that cat noise, maybe they'll throw in an extra nug for
There
you.
we go.
One more time. There we go.
Throw a little nugget.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
All right, kitty cats. This has been No Sleep the Podcast. I've been AJ Simmons.
Oh, and I've been told, McGrain.
And I am the ice cream king of Des Moines, Alex Carter.
Bye. Thank you.
Fucking AJ, Toll and Alex. They're fucking hilarious.
This is a certified hood classic. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.